Hey, I'm Alan Brito, I'm an architect, and today I have a tutorial about Blender 5.1 and how you can add a human scale to a project. If you ever try to use Blender for architecture, you probably noticed that Blender do not have any default way to include a human scale to your projects. And if you are trying to make a presentation, if you have to explain a project to someone else, using images, not technical drawing, you know how important a human scale is because it will give anyone looking at the project an idea about how big or how small a shape is. For instance, with no human scale, just looking at this window here, you probably do not have any idea how big it is, how small it is. In relation to someone else. That's when using a human scale makes sense. So what is the best way to do this here in Blender? If you ever used something like SketchUp, you probably notice that SketchUp includes a default way to use a human scale. Let's take a look there to see what SketchUp does. Here we have SketchUp, and one of the first things that you will notice when you open SketchUp is that it will include by default a human scale. So it's quite helpful. Not that many people use this human scale, but it's there. If you want to use it, it's there. Blender do not have anything like that, so we have to use something else. And for Blender, one of the best options that I found is to use a cutout texture. Something like this. I have this website here called cutoutpeople.com. They offer free cutout textures that you can use inside Blender. For instance, you can download a few of these images, and one of the highlights of this type of texture is that it's a PNG file with a transparent background, so you can apply this into a plane and use the alpha channel from the PNG file to use it as a human scale. So for our tutorial, I will download this image right here. I already have it saved on my computer. If you want to use it, I will leave this link in the description in case you want to use the exact same texture that I'm using in the tutorial. So let's get back to Blender and see how you can use it in a project. Back in Blender, the first thing that I will do is to move my 3D cursor right here to the side so we have some room to import the image with a plane and to move it later to our project. Now, what is the easiest way to import that cutout image? You have two options. You can create a plane, apply the texture, and enable the alpha channel of the PNG file. However, there is a much easier and faster way, which is with the use of the mesh plane. If you are using Blender for some time, this is the old option called import images as planes that worked as an add-on. Now it's included in Blender by default. It's here, if you press Shift A, it's under the image group. You'll see here the mesh plane. And when you select this option, you can see here that I'm already in the folder where I downloaded those textures. You probably start with this panel here in list mode, but you can change it to thumbnails. It will be easier to select your textures. I will select this texture right here. And one of the settings that I always like to change here is the shader. I will set my shader to shadeless. It means my human scale will not interact with lights. No matter if your lights they are really strong or really bright or dark, your human scale will always appear with the same lighting. It won't interact with your scene. This is a benefit. If you don't want that, you can always change here to principled, or you can use emission. I will keep it with shadeless. Besides that, I will roll here. I'll take a look on the bottom. You have two other options that you might want to change. First, the height Since this is a human scale, I'm using the metric system. So human on average, I will leave this with 1.8 meters. If you change your units to imperial units, you can change this to inches or feet. And you can change here the alignment of your plane. Blender will create a plane with the correct proportions for your image, so you don't have to worry about that. You just need to set the alignment. Let's try here with plus X. And if you hit the import images as planes button, your image will appear right here. If you enable the material preview, you can see that we have our human scale right there. Let me zoom in. And it's using the correct size. Now, if you want to move it to the top of this deck, you can press the G key, the B key, and grab this vertex here. Let me zoom in so you can take a look. You can grab this point, and I can move it anywhere around here. And as you can see, we have a really nice human scale added to this project. By the way, you can use these textures here. Let me zoom out so you can take a better look. You can use this not only for people, you can use cut out images with vegetation, with trees, cars. Using this for vegetations, it's really a great idea, because instead of using a 3D model with a tree with millions of polygons, you will be using just a flat image with a texture. You will be rendering your scenes much faster. And this is it. This is how you add a human scale to your designs. Just be careful, because this is a flat image. If you keep moving the camera, they will appear as a flat surface, a flat plane, just for reference. So keep that in mind. When you move the camera, you might need to rotate your human scales. And this is it. Now you know how to use human scales on your Blender projects. If you want to keep learning more about Blender, how to use it for architecture, design, and engineering, I will leave links in the description with some of my learning resources. I have this book here called Blender 5, Precise Modeling for Architecture, Engineering, and 3D Printing. It's available from Amazon, Google Play, Apple Books, with lots of translations. And I also have this learning resource right here, 3D modeling with Blender 5, where I explore Blender with some of the most popular free add-ons. You can get it from Amazon again, Google Play, Apple Books, with lots of translations. Getting any of those resources will support my work here in Blender 3D Architect. Links in the description. Hope you liked this tutorial. Don't forget to give your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future tutorials. See you next time. Bye.